Welcome, my dear ones. Thank you for joining me in today's practice. Today, we shall be doing a Where Would You Be meditation. Every time I do this practice, it always provides an opportunity to think about how my life turned out the way it did. And I end up truly appreciating how life does indeed work in mysterious ways. While it may seem like a fun practice on the surface, it is a very deep meditation that asks you to reflect on yourselves and your choices in an honest fashion. The Where Would You Be meditation is very simple. After I guide you through a short relaxation exercise, I shall ask you a list of where would you be questions for you to ponder on. After I ask a question, I shall pause for a bit to let your mind visualize all the possibilities. See all the images and scenarios that come into your mind's eye. The difficult part of this meditation is to separate the heart from the head. The head tends to judge, but it is important for this exercise that you do not judge the images and feelings. Let it come naturally and just observe. Let your inner voice share what it feels. There are things that your heart knows that your brain cannot even begin to understand. So do not judge, do not doubt, do not be critical of what comes up. Just be in the feeling of the images. So let us begin by getting comfortable. If you can lie down and dim the lights for this practice, all the better. If not, then sit comfortably in a quiet space so you will not be disturbed by outside noises. Keep your spine nice and straight to allow for your breath and chest to fully expand. I would also recommend that you have a glass of water to drink after the practice. As you get comfortable, make a conscious intention that for the next little while, you will be focusing on your breath. Inhale and follow the breath in, feeling your chest expand as the breath goes through your lungs. And exhale, follow the breath out, feeling the air coming out from your lungs. Inhale, follow the breath in, and exhale, follow the breath out. Feel into the feeling as your chest expands and contracts, rise and fall with each breath, slowing your mind down, relaxing you, calming you. You feel safe. You are now calm and your mind is at rest. Where would you be? Bring to your mind all the little things that tend to irritate you. Things that bug you about other people. Things that get to you when you are at home. Things that get to you when you are at work. Things that bug you about people or situations around you. Let the images of these things run through your mind. Do not judge them, just observe. Now ask yourself, where would you be if you truly didn't care about these little things? How would you feel if whatever was bugging you no longer did? What would that feel like? Be with that feeling for a little while. Bring to your mind all the things that worry you about your health. Perhaps you are not as fit as you used to be. You may not be able to swim as fast. Maybe you cannot run the same distance you used to. Or perhaps you're getting older and slowing down. Just let these images flow through you. Now ask yourself, where would you be if you were in optimal health? How would you look like? Visualize the healthy you doing the things you felt you could do at one time. How will you feel now? Be with that feeling for a little while. Bring to your mind some of the current difficulties you have in your workplace. Perhaps it could be a difficult boss. Perhaps it could be colleagues that you don't get along with. Maybe a tedious task that you have to get done, or a looming deadline. Now ask yourself, where would you be if things at work could be easy? Visualize how you would look like when you are walking about in your workplace if everything was smooth sailing. How would you feel? What would you say? How would you interact with people? Be with that feeling for a little while. Now bring to your mind all your worries about money. Either you have too much or you have an insufficient amount. Anything that is weighing you down about your finances. Bring these worries. See the images coming into your mind. Now ask yourself, where would you be if you weren't stressed about money? Visualize how you would look like if you did not have anything to worry about where money is concerned. What would you be doing? How would you spend your time if you did not have to work for your money? How would your typical day look like? Visualize yourself living through that day. Be with that feeling for a little while. Now bring to your mind times when you have had to make decisions in your life about things you didn't really agree with. Times where you had to give in to pragmatism and logic instead of listening to your heart. Think through how you felt at those times. Sad, disappointed, frustrated, hopeless. Let those images come through. Now ask yourself, where would you be if you allowed yourself to follow your heart without hesitation? Visualize yourself living with the decisions that you made that were true to your heart. How would your life look like? How would you look like? What would you be feeling? Where in the world would you even be now had you listened to your heart? Be in that feeling for a little while. Now bring to your mind situations where you had to meet the expectations of others around you. Your spouse, your children, your parents, your relatives, colleagues, neighbors, people in authority, and so on. How did you feel having to constantly do things that were approved or expected of you? See those situations from your past in your mind's eye. Now ask yourself, where would you be if you let go of all the expectations that had been placed on you? How would you feel? What would you have done? If you can isolate one particular situation to visualize where you had the freedom to do exactly what you wanted and not what was expected, how would you truly feel? Be in that feeling for a little while. Bring to your mind times when you have been hurt or wronged by people, by being misunderstood, perhaps being bullied, being disrespected, disappointed, or even hurt by being ignored or forgotten. Think through the events and situations that come up in your mind. Look at the people in that situation causing you that hurt, as if you are on the outside looking at the scene through a window. Know that they cannot hurt you anymore. Now ask yourself, where would you be if you forgave those people that have caused you that pain? How would you feel if you truly could just let it all go? Be in that feeling for a little while. Bring to your mind's eye times and situations where you had made mistakes, knowingly or unknowingly, deliberately or accidentally, actions that you knew were wrong at that time, or actions that you now know was wrong at that time. Decisions that you made that you knew were wrong at that time, or decisions that you made that you now know were wrong at that time. Look honestly at your wrongdoings, your faults, all the stuff that you could have done better but didn't. Where would you be if you could just forgive yourself for all that? Where would you be if you could really forgive you and let those things go? Where would you be if you could understand that you did the best possible thing you could do at that time, given what you knew? That you made the best possible decision at that time, knowing what you knew then? Be in that feeling of forgiving yourself. Where would you be if you knew it was all going to be okay? Where would you be if you allowed yourself to dream bigger? Where would you be if you had all the time in the world? Be in that feeling of being free of the things that you think are holding you down, but which in truth can be easily let go and your dreams fulfilled if you just decide to listen to your heart. The power to live your authentic life has, is, and will always be with you, within you, my dear ones. So do not doubt, do not fear, and do not ridicule your own dreams. Take a few deep breaths now to bring yourself back to your present awareness. Inhale, feel the breath going in. Exhale, feel the breath going out. Inhale, follow the breath in. Exhale, follow the breath out. Feel the chair or the ground you are on. Gently move your shoulders, arms, and legs. And only when you are ready, slowly open your eyes. If you have your glass of water with you, please take a big drink. You have done an amazing job. Look around your space. You'll notice nothing has changed around you, yet you feel entirely different from how you felt when this practice began. Before you go back to the rest of your day, take some time to reflect and think about what showed up for you during the practice that resonated. I thank you, my dear friends, whom I love very dearly, for allowing me to share this practice with you today. Now go out there and live your authentic life. I love you. Namaste.